I want to talk to you about something that I know you care about as much as I do, and that's mismanaged 4K remasters. There were 3 YouTube videos that I kind of scrubbed my way through recently. One was, this one's a little bit older. It was from Sicky T. He did one on the Jurassic Park, I think 2011 Blu-ray versus 2013, something like that. And man, it seems to be the case that like those early 16:9 Blu-ray releases are always way better. Like that's like the version of the movie you should get.
Like, because you used to not even really color correct a movie.
Right?
Like,
you wouldn't at all.
Yeah, because when people started like changing color temperatures, it was really with digital. I think that's what it is. I think people are just going nuts. Like they're just so like, well, something's wrong, and they start trying to fix things or tune things when you shouldn't be doing that.
In our lives, the big controversy was colorizing old movies and putting Jabba the Hutt in A New Hope or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Where Hans has to step on his tail, and so they like they like Photoshop him like going up and then down over.
And they were so proud of themselves in that little featurette before the VHS, where they were like, so what we decided was maybe he could step on his tail, and then he could screech like an idiot.
We had to somehow shift Han. It would have been literally impossible for him to walk behind the Jabba character because of the tail. So George had the idea, so why don't you have him step on his tail?
Even I get bored sometimes.
You think I had a choice?
Even I get bored sometimes. You think I had a choice?
But I think I'm more offended by idiotic color grades, especially of movies that were shot on 35 and were never color graded digitally to begin with. Because yeah, for those who don't know, like when they started editing movies on digital platforms, like EJ said, most notably the Coen brothers on Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? They were like early adopters of this. And Lord of the Rings. They're like, wow, did you know that we could actually change the color after the fact? But before that, the way that you would manipulate color on your footage would be through the film processing.
Yeah, chemical process, yeah.
Yeah, so you could push or pull it a stop. You could make it a little brighter or a little darker. And you'd have to do that for like specific sections of the movie. And then like that's it. Like that now that's your process negative. Or you could do there were all these like different kinds of color processing that you could do in the development, like bleach bypass, and they had all these different like chemical processes. But again, you were committing. Like that was if after you did that, that's what the movie's going to look like now. I think going back to Jurassic Park and making it blue is like one of the shittiest things. Even
though when Star Wars was released on Blu-ray, they made it like really magenta, and it just the vibe's not right. And even Lord of the Rings, I don't think. Does that even have a good Blu-ray release?
There's a really wonderful video on that called Can the Lord of the Rings Ever Be Remastered by Jesse Tribble on YouTube. First of all, it's a really good video. But second of all, if you just want to be enraged, if you want to be really upset about film preservation, that's the video for you. I think what you learn is that there's a good theatrical Blu-ray release, and there's basically no good extended edition Blu-ray release. There's one that was, a few years ago that Peter Jackson supervised or whatever, but he points out a lot of problems with it. Like, for instance, it's kind of a small thing, but like the credits, they were clearly taken from the standard def DVD, the box set that we all know and love, and upscaled. It looks like just like artifacted, shitty. Like they didn't remaster the credits, and they did a lot of weird shit. Like there's shots of the hobbits, played by the little people with the masks on, and they did face replacements. Like they did special edition it a little bit at times. Apparently, fan edits are the best you can do for extended 4K. If you want extended 4K, you need fan edits.
Yeah, it kind of sucks that for many of our films that we can't do that. Wasn't there like some controversy? Did James Cameron say something about like one of his releases recently where I think it was like a botched like upscale to 4K or something?
Yes. Yes. So James Cameron has been establishing a bad reputation for he re-released True Lies. Terminator 2 is really an abomination. A few others now, where he uses AI to degrain it and to sharpen the image. And what you know what it's going to do. It's going to make everybody look plastic, weird, sick, strange, uncanny. And so there's another video. So this is my third video that I'm going to recommend. It's by a YouTuber named Nerrel, Nerrel. And the video is called AI Restorations. And the guy is pissed. He's got this monotone voice, and he's just pissed and he does a really good dissertation on, he really demonstrates to you the problem. But you can't believe how bizarre some of those 4K upscale, because the computer just doesn't know how to handle it. And they think that grain on a 35 millimeter film, EJ, is an unwelcome thing.
It's like we used to add grain to digital to make ourselves feel good.
Make ourselves feel something. James Cameron had a quote that was going around. He said, when people start reviewing your grain structure, they need to move out of mom's basement and meet somebody. Right? I'm serious.
No. Shut the fuck up.
Come up with something besides mom's basement. I mean, for God's sakes. Like, you know who you're talking about. You're talking about 38-year-old IT guys who probably do have a kid and a wife. And, like, we care about movies.
And I have arcades in my basement, goddammit.
Yeah, those are arcades, dummy.
And I'm not in the mom's basement.
I'm in dad's basement, and dad is me. And two, what's insidious about a comment like that is, well, he seemed to care enough about the grain structure to fucking invent technology to get rid of it. And then we're like, hey, we don't like what you did. And he's like, you got to find something else to care about.
Why do you care so much?
Like, well, you care so much, asshole.
Systems are normal. You guys hearing the song okay up there?
James Cameron, explorer of the sea.
Yes, James, we'd hear the song.
Subscribe to Red Cow Entertainment on Patreon for full episodes every other week.